Step into the depths of Yosemite National Park, where pristine landscapes make a chilling secret. Join Park Ranger Susan as she unravels the enigma lurking within the shadows, a horrifying creature that defies imagination. Can you fathom the terror that waits her in the heart of this picturesque wilderness? Are you ready to witness the shocking discovery that will leave you questioning what truly lies beneath the surface of Yosemite? Brace yourself for a bone-chilling journey into the unknown as we unveil the spine-tingling tale of the horrifying creature in Yosemite National Park. In the vastness of Yosemite National Park, we come face to face with our main character, Susan Adams. Susan is a stalwart park ranger who is dedicated to conserving the natural beauty of this magnificent wilderness. When she comes across an unearthly entity skulking in the shadows during the course of her normal patrol, the experience is jarring and uncomfortable for her. She gets the chills from its ugly appearance and ominous presence, which sparks an insatiable interest in her that will lead to the discovery of a nightmare-inducing chain of events. When Susan comes face to face with this mysterious person, she walks blindly into a terrifying story in which the lines between fantasy and reality begin to blur, and the actual horrors of Yosemite National Park are revealed. Susan had no idea what she was getting herself into. As Susan explores deeper into the enigma surrounding the horrible monster, she gets increasingly consumed by the necessity of deciphering its roots and discovering its function. She sets off on a dangerous quest to track down the elusive beast, armed with a sharp eye and an unyielding drive to succeed in her mission. The creature leaves behind a spooky trail of evidence, including hideous footprints imprinted in the earth, trees that have been sinisterly clawed and shredded, and the gruesome remnants of animals that have been partially consumed. Susan's uneasiness is amplified as a result of the disturbing indicators that highlight the menacing presence of a beast. Susan's insatiable desire for information compels her to saturate herself in the historical archives and local lore that pertain to Yosemite National Park. She unearths stories of a horrifying thing that has been haunting the park for decades, and the name of this entity is whispered in hushed tones among the park's indigenous tribes. The legends ring true with what she has learned recently, which fuels her drive to get to the bottom of the matter. Susan had several terrifying experiences as a result of her quest for knowledge. During the darkest part of the night, she had a direct experience with the monster's presence. It comes from the shadows with a distorted and contorted appearance, a horrific representation of one's worst nightmares. Susan's blood freezes as the brilliant eyes of the creature pierce through the darkness. The presence of the creature's malicious aura can be felt, permeating the atmosphere with a dense and oppressive sense of foreboding. As Susan continues to face these terrible meetings, she gradually gains a better understanding of the creature's true nature. It is not only a dangerous animal looking to maintain its own existence, rather it is a malicious force that thrives on anarchy and despondency. Each confrontation unveils yet another terrifying aspect of its monstrous appearance, such as its sinewy limbs and vicious fangs, as well as the scars that previous battles have left on its mottled skin. It becomes abundantly evident that this creature is a herald of impending doom. Its sole purpose in life is to spread terror and let loose unimaginable horrors upon Yosemite. Susan's obsessive search of the truth becomes entangled with a frantic urge to safeguard the park and its visitors as a result of the incidents described above, which leaves Susan feeling haunted. The frightening creature poses a major danger that stretches far beyond its physical appearance because its very existence poses a risk. Susan's resolve gets stronger with each terrifying meeting, and she is resolved to discover the creature's secrets and find a means to permanently expel it from Yosemite National Park. As Susan's investigation deepens, she unearths a horrifying truth that eclipses her worst nightmares. The creature she encountered is not a mere animal, but a monstrous entity, bound to Yosemite National Park by an ancient curse. The legends whispered among the park's indigenous tribes hold a kernel of truth, and Susan finds herself standing at the precipice of a dark and harrowing revelation. Corrupted by malevolent forces that sought to unleash chaos upon the land, the curse shackled the creature to the very fabric of Yosemite, granting it terrifying power and an insatiable hunger for fear and suffering. Its reign of terror had persisted for centuries, inflicting anguish upon unsuspecting visitors and staff who crossed its path. Susan's heart sinks as she comprehends the implications. The creature's existence is not a chance occurrence, but a manifestation of a malignant force that taints the park's serene beauty. It is a living nightmare, free to roam the wilderness, preying upon the vulnerable. As the days pass, the creature's malevolence intensifies. It unleashes a reign of terror upon Yosemite, striking fear into the hearts of all who venture within its domain. Visitors vanish without a trace, their screams echoing through the once tranquil valleys. Staff members report chilling encounters, finding themselves trapped in a nightmarish dance with the creature. The park, once a haven of natural wonder, transforms into a battleground where fear and survival intertwine. Susan witnesses firsthand the devastation wrought by the creature's insatiable thirst for chaos. Panic spreads like wildfire, eroding the very fabric of Yosemite's serene existence. With a heavy heart, Susan understands that she must confront the creature head-on. Armed with the knowledge of its curse-bound nature, she feels the weight of responsibility to protect the park and its inhabitants from its clutches. She knows that the creature's reign of terror must be stopped before it consumes everything in its path. As she faces the creature in a nerve-wracking encounter, Susan realizes the true extent of its power. Its twisted form embodies the darkness that has plagued Yosemite for centuries. Its eyes filled with malevolence beyond comprehension, lock onto Susan with an unrelenting hunger. The battle for the park's soul commences, and the fate of Yosemite hangs in the balance. Susan takes a firm choice as her adrenaline courses through her body. She decides to face the terrifying beast front on because she is motivated both by dread and a strong sense of responsibility. She explores the depths of Yosemite National Park, where the line between dream and reality become hazy. There is a deafening hush that surrounds Susan as she travels further into the forest. Dangerous shadows dance and speak in the night. Even the trees seem to be holding their breath in preparation for the inevitable showdown that hangs in the balance. Finally, Susan sees the monster for what it is. A terrible incarnation of the park's deepest secrets, whose form is grotesque and twisted. Its eyes, filled with a malice that sends shivers down Susan's spine, fix on her with an intensity that is beyond explanation. Though panic threatens to engulf her, she keeps her composure in order to defend Yosemite and its inhabitants. A struggle for survival and dominance has begun. As she struggles to defend herself from the creature's unrelenting assault, Susan's every action is imbued with a frightening mix of heroism and desperation. Intense resistance meets each blow, sending shockwaves through the forest's oldest trees. Susan's strength is put to the test, and she draws on depth she didn't know she had. As she pushes herself to her physical and mental limits, fatigue and agony fade into the background. The struggle is heating up, and now the difference between success and failure is razor thin. With the aid of an ancient Native American ritual passed down through generations, Susan's tenacity and resourcefulness prevail. She manages to subdue the horrifying creature, banishing it from Yosemite's depths. The park's fragile tranquility is restored, safeguarding visitors and wildlife alike from further devastation. So, thrill lovers, if you've been captivated by this bone-chilling tale, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our future explorations of the unknown. And don't forget to like and share this video to spread the terror with fellow thrill seekers.